Last week, Cal Poly's Dream Center hosted various virtual and in-person events for this year's UndocuWeek celebration.
Photographer Asia Kroson-Kalagi aims to improve self-esteem among young women with her gallery downtown.
And a look back at last week's Halloween farmers market.
Thank you.
Broadcasting from Swanson Studios, you're watching Mustang News.
Hello, and thank you for watching Mustang News TV. I'm Alexa Kushner.
And I'm Torstein Wren. Let's take a look at our top stories for this week. Since 2018, Asia Kroson-Kalagi has photographed young women in San Luis Obispo, hoping to challenge the pressure to be perfect on social media. Our very own Leave column talked to Kroson-Kalagi and learned about the importance of women speaking out about their struggles.
Asia Kroson-Kalagi owns a photography business in downtown San Luis Obispo, but her nonprofit organization Girls Who Handle It aims to show what can't be captured by the camera. Girls Who Handle It encourages its subjects, young women in San Luis Obispo, to share stories of the struggles that they may not share on social media.
We like to say that Instagram is a window into someone's life, but then you read these stories and you realize that it's actually like the teeny tiny crack in the back door.
The organization aims to challenge the standard of perfection online, displaying the photos and stories at the annual Girls Who Handle It exhibition. The exhibit juxtaposes a black and white image of a girl and her story with her corresponding Instagram feed, illustrating the differences between social media and real life. In her photos, Kroson-Kalagi aims to convey both the similarities and differences between the women she interviews.
We really wanted it to be something that felt really uniting, whereas every girl just has her hair up in a top bun, so everybody looks really similar, but at the same time you can really see the differences between all the women.
The latest installment of the Girls Who Handle It exhibition took place Friday at Kroson-Kalagi's studio downtown, with SAFER, Cal Poly's sexual violence prevention resource, tabling at the event. Visitors of the exhibition took the opportunity to look beyond the constraints of social media.
It's just really supportive to have that community and be able to have these conversations together, and just a really overall warm and uplifting space is really crucial to have.
Leave column, Mustang News.
To learn more about Kroson-Kalagi's work, visit girlswhohandleit.com.
In honor of National Immigrants Week last Thursday, Cal Poly's Dream Center put on various events as part of this year's UndocuWeek. Reporter Sophie Lincoln has more on how the events aim to support undocumented students.
I'm here outside of the Multicultural Center in Cal Poly's University of Union, and we're going to get an inside look at this week's UndocuWeek.
Last week, various virtual and in-person events were held to raise awareness of undocumented student issues, celebrate undocumented student voices, and continue to develop stronger relationships with the Cal Poly undocumented student community and allies. Some of the organized activities included listening to speakers, writing down ways to support undocumented students, and painting wooden butterflies, which symbolize the beauty of migration.
Yeah, the butterfly has to do with about dreaming, and the idea that dreaming isn't just a passive act, but really a radical imagination and dreaming of new realities.
This year's UndocuWeek theme was undocumented and belonging in spaces, with each day centered around unique themes including imposter syndrome, building inclusive fellowships, and more. The events garnered many allies of undocumented students, as well as those with undocumented family members and even undocumented students themselves.
It could be your classmate, it could be a family member, it could be a friend. You know, what difference does the status make? You know, it's like if it's me or if it's someone right next to me, it's like we're in the same place. You know, we should be able to do the same things and be able to all be successful.
The Dream Center also led an online campaign October 25th through 29th to encourage undocumented people and their allies to share their stories and propel undocumented community support. For Mustang News TV, I'm Sophie Lincoln.
Cal Poly's Dream Center also offers student resources including financial aid and scholarships, career development services, and legal services. More information about the center is available online at dreamcenter.calpoly.edu.
Last week, the Thursday night farmers market in downtown San Luis Obispo had multiple festive Halloween activities going on in support of local businesses. Erica Rojas has the story.
This past Thursday, San Luis Obispo put a spooky twist on their weekly farmers market to get the people of San Luis Obispo in the Halloween spirit. This fun included a Halloween costume contest, karaoke, and local shops handing out candy.
It's just a big community event during the farmers market tonight. The kids are having their trick-or-treat at the farmers market and at local businesses.
Children of all ages were welcome to trick-or-treat at the doorways of many local businesses in downtown San Luis Obispo. While this went on, the streets were lined with vendors dressed up for the occasion, and many customers were looking to shop local while getting in the Halloween spirit. After a year of COVID-19, San Luis Obispo hopes to come together to celebrate the holidays while also celebrating the victory of getting past the pandemic.
Make sure to attend the weekly San Luis Obispo Farmers Market every Thursday from 6 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. from now to February for a chance to support your local businesses.
And coming up, we look at some intense action on the field for sports and find out if it's sweater weather or surfing weather. We'll be right back.
Hey, Dad, I need your help asking Jessica to prom.
Of course. Love is like the ocean. You have to tread the waters.
Dad, that's not the kind of help I needed. Hey, Jessica. Will you go to prom with me?
Yes.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care can't wait to share their first with you.
In October, 2 reports of sexual assault were reported on Cal Poly's campus within 1 week of each other. And as a response, students gathered around University Union in solidarity.
Cal Poly's Women in Business and the Women's Network recently put on a Standing with Survivors event to address the recent sexual violence on campus. The event included several guest speakers from the community, including San Luis Obispo City Mayor Erica A. Stewart. One of the event's organizers, business senior and president of the Women's Network, Maggie Friedman, says Standing with Survivors started because they felt they needed more from Cal Poly.
It is good that Cal Poly has announced their support and their resources through the emails that they sent out after they happened. But truly this event sparked out of the notion that Grace felt like it wasn't enough, that they need to be able to make it known that Cal Poly is a safe space wherever you go on campus.
Safety has been a major concern for Cal Poly students following the 2 recent reports of sexual assault on campus happening within 1 week of each other. And one of the attendees, engineering freshman Victoria Acosta Vasquez, says that they don't feel protected walking alone on campus.
I mean, personally, I don't feel very safe, mostly when going from, I don't know, being a Latinx student, it feels a little different being a community that's so different. And I don't know, when it's dark coming back from class, I'm really thinking I have to think about it, which should even be the case.
After the event, students marched from the University Union to Architecture Graveyard, where one of the sexually violent acts occurred. Psychology graduate student Allison Young explains why she chose to march in solidarity and reclaim the space.
Actually, as someone who is new to the Cal Poly area, or to San Luis Obispo in general, I just moved here from San Diego for graduate school. I had heard nothing but great things about Architecture Graveyard, and then it was immediately taken away. That excitement, that positivity around that space, and just campus in general, just all of a sudden felt very enclosed, very closed off, and not safe at all.
This event will take place again later in the school year on Denim Day, April 27th.
For more resources or help regarding sexual violence, you can visit safer.calpoly.edu.
And now for a look at this week in Cal Poly sports action, here's Lauren Garnett.
Hello, my name is Lauren Garnett, and welcome to your weekly MNTV Sports Update. This week we're going to focus in on the Cal Poly women's volleyball team. After this weekend's matchups, the team currently sits in 3rd place in the Big West standings, trailing on Hawaii and UC Santa Barbara. But this weekend, the Mustangs had a back-to-back on Friday and Saturday to cap a 4-game home stand inside Mott Athletic Center. First, they faced off against Cal State Fullerton, losing a close match 2-3. The team combined for a margin of victory of just 12 in the first 4 sets. The entire match was a battle, with Fullerton taking the first set 26-24 and the 4th set 25-20. While Cal Poly was able to secure the 2nd and 3rd sets by scores of 25-22 and 25-23, respectively, the Fullerton took the final set 15-7. At the time, the Fullerton win brought them within 1 game of Cal Poly in the standings. However, the Mustangs bounced back in a big way with a huge victory on Saturday, taking down Long Beach State 3-0. This put Cal Poly back into the win column after dropping 3 of their previous 4 matches. The Mustangs will look to keep momentum going with another doubleheader this weekend. Now here's Sophie Lincoln with your weather report.
Hi there, I'm Sophie Lincoln with a look at your weather forecast for the week. For today, we can expect partly cloudy skies with a high of 73 and a low of 51 in the evening. The chance of rain today is only 8%, while humidity is looking pretty high at 70%. Winds are going to be coming in northwest at 11 miles per hour. And now taking a look at our Central Coast beaches, the temperature is looking pretty consistent up and down the Central Coast today, with a high of 67 in Cayucos, Morro Bay, Avila Beach, and Pismo Beach, and Oceano with a high of 68. In Cayucos and Morro Bay, we have lows of 53 in the evening and a low of 54 in Avila. And today's low temperatures are going to be a bit lower at our South County beaches, with lows of 51 in Pismo Beach and Oceano. And now moving on to our 5-day forecast. Wednesday will be partly cloudy again like today with a high of 73, but the sun will come out on Thursday and Friday, and it will stay sunny through the weekend. And speaking of the weekend, our first weekend in November is going to feel a bit more like summer with highs of 75 on Saturday and 74 on Sunday. Expect cooler evenings this week, though, with lows of around 50 to 53 throughout the week. That's all for your weather forecast. Alexa and Torstein, back to you.
Coming up, therapy dogs have returned to Cal Poly. Stay with us.
Hey, Kevin, you thinking about retirement?
I'd love to, but I'm pretty busy with all this.
Yeah. Hey, let's meet our retirement coach, Avo. A is for taking action.
Not anxiety?
No, Kevin, you're gonna be fine.
You sing?
Barely. V is for variety.
And you dance?
Sort of. Come on. O is for optimize your savings.
Let Avo lead the way.
Visit aceyourretirement.org today.
Nice.
Therapy dogs are back on Dexter Lawn at Cal Poly. Reporter Ava Kirshner has the story on their positive impact on students.
Having a rough day?
Yes, that's right.
The Alliance of Therapy Dogs may change that. In partnership with Cal Poly's Campus Health and Wellbeing, the Alliance of Therapy Dogs meet on Dexter Lawn once a month for Therapy Dog Thursdays. These therapy dogs aim to relieve stress and increase overall emotional well-being.
Honestly, I get really bad anxiety when I have tests, so today I have a quiz, so this is actually really nice just to kind of calm myself down.
And that stress relief is needed, especially for college students living away from their pets for the first time.
And they don't really realize how much comfort and companionship and how much their own pets help their mental health when they're home until they're away from them.
The Alliance of Therapy Dogs is a nationwide organization with around 50 dogs and their handlers on the Central Coast that go through training and testing in order to get hired for the job.
Well, when they're young, there's a lot of socialization that needs to happen and make sure they're good with other dogs and different situations and people.
If once a month isn't enough, you can head to the website therapydogs.com and request a visit from dog handlers in your area.
If I was somewhere where I couldn't have my own dog, having somebody else's dog visit me would be the next best thing. So I figured that's what we do.
For Mustang News, I'm Ava Kirshner.
The Alliance of Therapy Dogs is always looking for events to bring their dogs to and for new handlers. If you're interested in becoming a dog handler, training and testing are available at therapydogs.com.
Weren't those dogs adorable?
They were so fluffy. What's your favorite type of dog?
I love a good mutt. I love a mixed dog, but I do have a golden retriever at home, so biased.
I love a terrier myself. Well, that's the end of our broadcast. Thank you for joining us today, and of course, my name's been Torstein Wren.
And my name's been Alexa Kushner. Have a great rest of your day.